center someone beside yourself and your ideologies and your
Try not
groups.
to be grumpy all the time. Like, what you grumpy for?
That's it right there. What are you grumpy for? Why are you so angry all the time? Y'all have everything. What you mad about? Have you ever seen people that literally have everything be so mad that they want more? What more do you want? You summed it
The
up.
earth? Like, what?
They do. They want the earth. She summed it up, y'all. She done figured it out. Welcome to Living in 3D Power, a space where questions matter, stories heal, and joy is our practice. I'm Dr. Amber Sessoms, and each week I sit down with my daughter Emma to talk honestly about life, identity, and the power of wonder. This season, we're guided by a sacred invitation. What would it look like if joy was our strategy, not our reward? Here, we discover truths long buried, discern paths toward freedom, and devote ourselves to living with authenticity and love. Together, across generations, we're learning that joy is not the prize at the finish line. It's the rhythm that carries us forward.
Hey, it's me, Emma. Welcome back to Living in 3D Power. And today is a special day. A very special day. Can you guess?
It's a face, Emma.
1 year anniversary!
Woo, 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 woo. Yeah, we started this podcast when January 15th last year. So we're almost, this episode will film one day before our 1 year anniversary, but we're celebrating nonetheless. So today I thought we would just do some reflective questions. It's kind of in line with our theme of starting the new year and reflecting and doing, last time we did our collage, which you absolutely loved.
So fun.
But I just have 3 or 4 simple questions, and it kind of follows our framework of self-discovery, really tuning into your values for the discernment piece, and then a devotion is really, what are you going to do moving forward, like the lessons you learned. So I wanted to ask you, because you have so much wisdom, and I always say this when people stop me on the street, they're like, that Emma, she's been here before. She has so much wisdom. I learned so much from her. So we wanted to give you a chance. I'm going to ask you just 3 or 4 simple questions. And the first one is, thinking about this past year of our podcast, what moments or conversations, what stood out to you the most?
The first one, when you talked about my ashy knees.
That was one of like the first few episodes. It might have been like episode 3 or something.
Yeah.
So why was that memorable?
Because it was funny and it made us both laugh.
Why was it funny?
Because you always talk about my ashy knees, but I've been lotioning. You
have. You know what? I think that episode sparked something in you, and now you're like, you need your shea butter, your cocoa butter. You gotta have all your stuff now. So maybe I encouraged you, even though you would probably say I was nagging you about lotioning them feet and them ankles and knees. Do you remember that episode and why that came up in conversation? Do you remember what we were talking about?
I think we were talking about like how you greet people.
Yeah, Toni Morrison. I don't know if Toni Morrison was talking about it. So she was being interviewed. I don't remember who was interviewing her. It might have been Oprah. And she said when we meet our children, we should meet them with kindness. And then Michelle Obama was reflecting on that. And she was saying, when I see Sasha and Malia, I'm like, you're wrinkled, you're this, without saying good morning. And then you were like, you do that. And I was like, oh, okay, we're getting serious here. We're going to just be real honest on this podcast. And then you said, I talk about your feet are ashy, you're this, you're ashy, you're this. And I'm like, and then do you remember what else you said? You gave me some input, some other input, what I could do.
Oh, yeah, you could, like, get better at, like, saying good morning in the morning instead of being like, what you wearing?
And but your exact words were like, you could tone it down. You told me I could tone it down. So have you seen any improvement from me?
Yes.
Oh,
very much.
So I'm listening to you as well.
Yes.
The teacher. So I appreciate that feedback because it's helpful to know, like, if you say it, but I haven't made any changes, that would be problematic.
Yes.
Then why the heck are we sitting down and talking if I'm not going to make any changes? So that's good to know that I've taken that into account. Okay, so that was A+. Well, thank you. Pat on the shoulder. Okay, so that was one significant moment for you. And I think that was significant with the audience because I remember when that came out, people were like, dang. I don't know if they said she clocked your tea or whatever the language y'all used, but I do remember they were like, she got you. She came for you. You did. And that has never stopped. They just got to see it recorded, but that's just always how it's been. It's not even disrespect. It's just, you're just being honest. And I think that's the lesson too, is when you're talking with children, sometimes in the truth telling that children tell, adults will get defensive and take it as disrespect. But I'm like, you're not being disrespectful. You're just speaking your truth. And there is a fine line sometimes, but I have to be emotionally regulated myself to be like.
Sometimes you're like, whoop.
Yeah, sometimes I'd be like, who are you talking to?
I'm like.
Your tone. Yeah, you gotta watch that tone. And stay in a child's place. Doesn't come out my mouth, but it's like, you're still 11. You're not grown.
I know.
But sometimes I'd be like, girl, just be 11. You don't gotta worry about that. Just be 11. You're not grown yet. You got a lifetime to be an adult. Enjoy being 11. Why are you looking at the camera like that? Enjoy your age. Okay.
Middle school.
Oh my gosh. We got some time. We can work on middle school. Okay, so do you have another moment or conversation from our 165 days? Or I think we had 38 episodes, not including this one.
My second one is when we talked about the like women who like and girls like who and like empowered like the earth and stuff.
Ah, yeah. I'm trying to think of her name, Wangari. You said you learned about her, I think, in school. You learned about that Matai or something like that she planted trees, I think?
Yeah, she like planted trees and stuff.
So why was that significant for you?
Because I like learning history.
Ah, I got that from your dad.
And also, I like learning about Black history and like all that stuff. And I learned some things too.
Ah, do you remember some people's names or what they did that really impacted you?
I forget this one girl's name, but like she was little and she was like talking about like the water and stuff.
In Flint, Michigan? Mm-hmm. Oh, and I'm blanking on her name too. Yes. So she helped the water in Flint, Michigan. Well, she brought awareness to it, but it's still a problem. And she's still raising awareness in Flint, Michigan about the water. They called her Little Miss Flint. But I'm blanking on her name, y'all. So that was significant, yes, because she was young when she first started that. I think that was significant for you to realize people were your age and they started out making a difference and using their voice. Anyone else? I'm actually going to look up her name as you're thinking.
Oh, I don't think we learned about. I think you said this. It was like the first, like she worked for NASA.
Yes. So we watched that movie too. Remember it had I think like I swear y'all, I have like the worst with name recall. I get the kids' names like that with the dogs. It's bad. I'm trying to
You're
think.
like Maya.
Taraji P. Henson was in it. I'm trying to think of some other people. But remember we watched the movie with NASA and the one lady was on the board and she had to go to the bathroom. She had to run all the way all across campus.
Oh yes. I'm blanking on the movie's name.
Oh, don't get that habit for me. I'm looking her up too. Katherine Johnson was the woman. So she, Mary Jackson, and Dorothy Vaughan are notable Black women who made significant contributions to NASA, playing crucial roles in the success of early space missions. So I can't remember the movie. I'm looking for the movie. Hidden Figures.
Yes.
So yeah, so you remember Katherine Johnson, that was impactful to you. And why was that?
Because they're usually, like in that time period, there wasn't usually like a bunch of Black people working at like higher like buildings like that and stuff.
And I think significant to me was that she was an amazing mathematician. She was a genius, and she was a Black woman. And oftentimes when you're in school, what they start doing is sorting you and saying, boys can do math and science. Girls, you do English and what else will there be? What other subject is there? Reading, things of that nature. So they separate you out and they say the boys are better at math, but to show that this woman was superior in math to any of the other people at NASA dispels that myth that you can't do math as well, if not better than.
I literally helped my guy friend with math today.
Oh, that's good. I love that your confidence continues to grow, even though math has gotten challenging in 5th grade, but you continue to persist.
The thing I'm doing now is pretty easy once I understand it.
Once you understand, what are you doing now?
We're subtracting and adding. Oh, I forget. We're not decimals.
Is it fractions?
Yes, fractions.
So when you have to make sure it has the same denominator.
Yes. It's
That's
actually
good.
fun.
See, I love that. That's fun too. So think about Katherine Johnson when you're thinking about when math gets frustrating or someone says, you shouldn't take that math class. Think about Katherine Johnson did it. She looked like me. So if I love math, I can continue to love math. And it doesn't matter what people say.
I like math.
And it can be challenging, but it doesn't mean that just because it's challenging, you can't do it and you can't be successful. So that's awesome. And just going back to Little Miss Splendid, I don't think she likes to be called this anymore because now she might be almost a young adult. Mari Copany. So Amari Copany, she's the one that really helped bring awareness to Flint, Michigan. And is there anyone else that you think about when we did that time period? Because that was during Black History Month. We decided to get your books out and look through famous Black history.
I think I might have the thing on my phone.
I don't know, because you didn't have that phone. That's just something new that you got. You think it's attached to your iPad?
I thought I had it.
That's okay. You don't have to pull it back up. I'm just wondering if there's anyone else that kind of comes to mind. And that's okay if it doesn't.
Wait, I saw it.
Because guess what? We still have the episode that you can go back. Oh, you do have it.
Oh, how could I forget Aretha Franklin?
How could you forget? Because you said, that's
Beyonce.
my girl. Beyonce. Because she's waiting.
Beyonce.
Next will be Beyonce.
And then, I can't see that. Oh.
Kiara Sheard?
Yes.
Ah, yeah. So part of the dynasty, the Clark sisters. She is Karen Clark Sheard's daughter, and she can blow as well. Daddy and I heard her in concert last year. Yeah, there's Mari. So I think that was all. I'm glad that you liked those episodes at Black History Month, because that took some work on our end. We had to do some research, and it almost seemed like it was turned into like some assignments. Oh,
one more.
Yeah, one more.
Shirley
Chisholm. And we just watched that movie, right?
It was amazing.
Yeah, that was awesome. Emma loves biopics, y'all. So she loves watching the Aretha Franklin movie, and then we just watched the Shirley Chisholm movie with oh my gosh. What is wrong with my brain? What is the person in the movie?
She's from another movie that I
that
can't
you just
think of.
This Christmas.
Yes.
Regina King, my goodness, how could I forget? She was from 227, all the things. She played that part, but that was a really, really good movie, and I'm glad you got to see it, and it connected with what you learned. And you have her in several different books, so the impact that she made. And I love at the end how they showed her legacy. Remember that person that was protesting? She's like, politics isn't going to do anything, and she invited her to be a part of her campaign, and she ended up being in Congress. So that's important. When you feel seen, when you can see yourself in other people, it lets you know that you can attain that too. So awesome. Those are two. So you said, when I talked about you being ashy, the Black History Month, February edition, and then what's the third one? Do you have a third one? Anything else? Any other moment or conversation that stood out to you?
I think when we did the collage, because I really had, even though it was like a couple days ago, it's still memorable because like I can't get it out of my head because we had so much fun and I had fun making it.
You like that? So why was that so significant besides you had fun? And that's a good enough reason alone. We did it together. Yeah, and I think that's a great activity to do as a family. And then there's other things I've been thinking about since then. Yeah, I think that'd be a great activity. But thinking about what's the one word you want to hold on to for the year, and then someone else did an activity where they were saying, thinking about your friend groups or your people groups, what people drain you. And we kind of recently talked about this, like maybe some friends that you're on again, off again with, maybe you stay off because the on again, off again can be emotionally draining. So thinking about that and like who do you let in your inner circle, who has access to you, because you want people to give you energy or not drain you and deplete you. So Dr. Tressie, Dr. Tressie. Y'all, I told our data that she had to go get her brain scan because she was forgetting things. And here I am, Tressie McMillan Cottom.
Oh,
Man, Tressie is genius. So she was talking with her partner about that, and they came up with this quick little thing, and it just reminded me of how you can do some work like that. So I think, yeah, those are great. So a reason enough is that it was fun and that we did it together.
Yes.
So I think those are awesome reasons.
We should do that this weekend.
We should. I have to look
Or
at our
Friday.
calendar. I think that's a good idea. I think we'd have fun with that. Yeah. Okay, so I think I kind of weaved in some of the next question when we were thinking about why did it matter? I was already asking you that.
Yeah.
But the actual question is, what do you think those moments tell us about what matters most to you or to kids your age? You're kind of like the kid spokesperson. So all of those moments about me talking about you being ashy, about all of those prolific Black figures in history and present day, and also the collage, why do you think, what does that tell me about you? What does it say about kids your age?
It tells you about me because I really like those things and stuff. So it's like kind of like telling you because I like art, I like history,
Yeah.
and then I like being funny.
Yeah, I think those are good. So that tells me more about what you love. So when I'm asking you to reflect on 38 episodes over a year, and the things that come back to your memory are signals to be like, oh, that's what Emma cares deeply about, or that's what kind of sticks with her. I think that's really important. I think that's a really good point. And what about, so kids your age, like humor, creativity, and
They
knowing
can learn
and
from
learning from it. I think that's really, really cool. And then I think particularly Black girls,
Yes.
feeling seen
Yes.
and people in history. So for you to pick out Katherine Johnson, I think is huge, and Mario Copany and Aretha Franklin and all these people. And they're all women.
Shirley
Chisholm, all these women that did amazing things against all of the odds. And they say, I'm still going to do that, even when they talked her out. Remember someone tried to assassinate her?
Yeah.
Tried to stab her? And you're thinking about those things you're saying, and she still went forth and did that, and it opened a door for women and girls like us to think and dream bigger dreams. So I think that is awesome. I think those are beautiful.
Yes.
And then, so the next question I have is thinking about all of that, but after doing this podcast for a year, what feels important for you to keep doing, caring about, or speaking up about?
I don't understand that question.
You don't understand it? So we did the podcast for a year. So, and usually you pretty much understand my question, so I guess I didn't word this one well. My apologies, but that's okay because we're learning.
Yes.
What feels important for you to keep doing? So something based on the year and what we did maybe as on the podcast or what we talked about, what are some things that we should continue doing, or what you care about that maybe we should talk more about, or what should you speak up about? Because part of the devotion piece is action. What are we going to do to make our world better, a more liberated place for all of us? Does that make sense? Okay.
Yes. So I think things I want to do more on the podcast is like talk more about like things we both like.
You have some ideas?
Maybe like history
Okay.
and like art and stuff, like Black artists.
Oh, that's a good idea. Maybe we can do that for this Black History Month. We could do a whole month of Black artists. And, you know, it'd be really cool to interview some Black artists.
We know one.
Do you? What's his name? Don't tell me you forgot his name.
No, King.
King Prolific. Come on, King. Emma's inviting you on the pod. I think that would be awesome. And then you know what? I have some footage I've never shared when you helped him do that community painting. I never shared it, but I think that would be awesome. We should set that up. What y'all think? That would be an awesome guest. I love that. So for a theme for February, let's focus on Black artists. Did you just want to focus on visual art, or are you thinking about
Every kind of art.
poetry,
like sculptures,
Oh,
clay, like the thing where you like move the things and like things.
claymation?
Yes, claymation.
Oh, I think that's good.
Everything.
So let's think about different, and then maybe some artists that we know that you could sit down and talk to.
You know, all.
So I'm thinking about Evita Colon because
Daddy.
yes, so graphic design. I think that's an awesome idea. I love that, Emma. So perfect. So you got a little teaser with what's coming up in February, so we got to get to work on that. So what else? What else are you thinking about? Keep doing. You said things that we both like.
Yes. So I'm fine with whatever.
You're fine with what?
Whatever.
Whatever? Oh, okay.
So,
And I think that's kind of been the theme. We kind of just go with the flow. It's not like we've mapped this out for the year.
We're not like, so we're gonna
Like
do this
on this day.
and then we're gonna do this, and we just pick it
Yeah.
on the exact same day.
Yeah, use a day. It's just not, unless there's something that's really prolific that's happening.
Yeah.
Brian Prolific. King Prolific. Yeah, so thinking about that, it's not really planned out. And I think we went into this kind of just, let's see how it goes.
Yes, like exactly.
Yeah.
You just asked me, and I was like, sure.
Yeah, we didn't put too much thought into it. Yeah.
Just like zoom.
But I think so, or do you want to keep that same, because I know what I was thinking for season 2, and I remember talking to a friend and being like, I think we need to start shifting. And she was like, just keep doing what you're doing. What you're doing is impactful, and you don't need to change anything. So I think that's helpful. Sometimes we start thinking we have to do all these
Even
things.
if we don't get 1 million views, it's okay.
Yeah, I've thought about that, right? Because some people might say, oh, well, this is taking up time, or you're not making any money off of it. But I feel like it makes an impact on people, because when I'm out in the community, people are coming up to me.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, which I think is awesome. But I also think there's an impact between the two of us, because what has happened is throughout this year, I didn't realize how much I needed this, right? Because this world, and some days, on most days, is trash, right? Like, I'm like, the government is just like absolutely, they're lost their minds. And you bring me back to my why and purpose and grounding me, that we can't give up, that we have to remain hopeful and forward focus and freedom dream about what this world should look like and not what it is. Because we could lead into despair with this. Like, we could just crawl in a hole and be like, the world is coming to an end. But you being 10, 11 has shown me that there's so much to live for, and there's so much truth that lives in you.
7,
Yeah.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, 9 months, 10 months, 6 months.
Yeah, all of those things are impactful. So when you think about the children, and we talked about that, other cultures where they really focus on children, this is helping us to ground ourselves and really say, my friend Dr. Charles Berry talks about, what about the children? Or like, it's all about the children. And you have
We're the
modeled
future.
that. You're the present too.
Yes.
So I think, yes, you do keep us future focused, but you also help me to stay very grounded and present about what can we do, and that making sure that we have conversations, that you're not living in a bubble and you know enough about what's going on in the world.
But not too much.
Right. So making it that, there's a fine line there, but you need to know, like, not think that the world is perfect, but not think that, the sky is falling. So that fine line of telling you enough of the truth so that you can make reasonable decisions and know. Remember the one thing that you said to me was when I asked about leadership and you said they need to listen? And I was like, that's right there in a nutshell. And are they doing that? The exact opposite of that. And when you don't listen, what I say is when you listen to someone and hold space like we do, that's a healing that happens there. That's the greatest gift we can give someone. So imagine what this government is doing, the exact opposite of that, and terrorizing people, and how much harm that causes because you're not listening or not seeing me as a human being.
I think in one of the grades at my school, this might have been a dream. I don't know. But like they like taught us how they like did like things that we need to do for like listening. I think it might have been in Leader in Me.
Oh, probably. That would make sense.
Yeah. Eye contact.
Eye contact.
Listening with your ears. Listening with your facial expression. Listening with your body language. So if you're just like...
That's letting me know that I don't really want to talk to you, or you don't care what I have to say, or I'm annoyed, or you're annoyed by what I'm saying.
Yes.
And so you're saying people in government could learn those same lessons? They need to go back to school when they're trying to dismantle
Leader
schools.
in me.
Leader in me. So Emma, so even like your chicken nugget wisdom is like, our government officials, y'all need to take Leader in Me and learn some listening skills.
Like in your free time, like whatever free time, like when you have lunch, do Leader in Me.
Do Leader in Me.
Yes.
Yeah, in your free time, like do something important, do some self-introspective work, do some work.
Talk to people.
Talk to people, center someone beside yourself and your ideologies and your
Try
groups.
not to be grumpy all the time. Like, what you grumpy for?
That's it right there. What are you grumpy for? Why are you so angry all the time? Y'all have everything. What you mad about? Have you ever seen people that literally have everything be so mad? They want more. What more do you want? You summed it up.
The earth? Like, what?
They do. They want the earth. She summed it up, y'all. She done figured it out. Wisdom. You know how you'll do that? Wisdom. I'm going to figure it out, y'all. Leader in Me for the government.
They need to have something for, like, adults to understand. Like, the government.
I like that. Because you don't have to have any background skills. You should. To do the highest office in the land. I feel like there should be some foundational skills that you have. They call them soft skills, but I don't believe they're soft skills. Soft skills being listening. Those are mandatory skills in order to be a great leader.
Talker.
Yeah.
Being kind.
Being kind.
Not having a criminal record.
I think those are valid things about why you should be in office, or maybe why this isn't a good fit for you. Yeah. You know what, Emma? So when hopefully maybe we can change the Constitution, or just people's hearts is really the goal.
Yes.
Because the laws sometimes can be what the laws are, but it's people that are
people.
imposing and backing those laws. But there should be a human element to that. So let's get back to the human element, being human-centered, and not only caring about people, but making sure that there are people in power that embody those values that we say in our Constitution. You have to actually exhibit it to lead.
Yes.
Yeah. Out of the mouth of babes, y'all. And with that, I think that was like the caring about, like, you pretty much answered those questions. So being an effective leader, creating safety, keep doing what we're doing. We don't have to think too deeply into it. Yeah. And speaking up about, the politics in healthy ways that you don't think the sky is falling. I think those are good. And then so the last one, just to kind of tie it all together, is what do you think adults learn when they really listen to kids? And I'm thinking like, what maybe I learned from you?
The truth.
Or what I learned about myself too.
The truth.
Why do you think that is?
The truth, period.
Period. Why?
Because we're very honest. Like, very honest.
Kids will tell you the truth. They sure will.
They just, especially like toddlers.
Toddlers?
Toddlers.
Yeah, so wait till Coco starts talking.
Oh, I'm not ready.
We're in for it.
I'm not ready. She's going to be like, your hair is thick.
She might. But I think you're bringing up a good point, like the truth-telling aspect, that as we get older, remember you talked, the one episode was Don't Be a Robot?
Yes.
And how you talked about how we become adults and we forget about fun and play, but there's a truth element that we lose to because we're playing the game so that we can be professional and we can feel like we're belonging, but it's a fake sense of belonging because we've buried who we really are to kind of fit in with people who don't really even care about us.
What's belonging?
So belonging, like, So, and
Be
there's
yourself.
be yourself, and you'll find your people. So I always say, like, when you're your most authentic self, you will naturally.
You will find people that are like you and
Right.
that actually want to be your friends and not just business buddies.
Business buddies, or just even that applies to you in school too, right?
Mutuals.
Yeah. So when you're being someone that being a fake person, you're going to attract fake people.
Yes.
So I think that's really important to know. So yes, like we want to attract people that have our same values and our same beliefs, and that will uplift us and not again extract from us. That will bring more to our lives, and that we can in turn do that. Yeah, so that I think is an important thing. And I just want to think about this too, because this really ties in with our presentation that we're doing in a few weeks and our national convention, National
so
Association for School Psychologists. So we're flying to Chicago, but it's only a quick flight from here. It's only a 90-minute flight. So the things that, what I did was, I'm trying to find it in my notes. Where is it?
You got this, Mommy.
I lost it.
Oh, no.
Let's see. I had something up. Okay, here it is. That I wanted to just share with you just some of the, so what I did was look at the top 20 episodes. You know what the number one episode was? And this is based across YouTube, any audio of our podcast, and also Substack. Do you guess what the top episode was?
I don't know.
It was the live episode at the Ware Center with the girls. Was it 7th grade girls?
7th grade?
Was it 7th or 8th grade?
7th.
So that was the top episode. And so the top 3, so that was the top episode. The second one was The Power of Play, Why Representation in Toys Matter. So remember we watched that documentary on Black Barbie. And what resonated most with people there was us talking about hair and belonging. And it resonated with a lot of people growing up and how they didn't have a doll that looked like them, or people talking about their hair texture. And then the third
That's why
one.
I never got Barbies.
Well,
I had like 2 Barbies that looked like you and Daddy.
Yeah, and then they had some, they would get braids, or they started having them with kinky hair, which I love. We're like, where's the Barbie with the locks? So I think that's important. And then the third one was the power of leading with listening. So you dropped the gem there that we talked about earlier about this administration not doing a good job of listening. So Emma's wisdom on authentic leadership and community. So those are the top 3. And so what I did, I took the top 20 and I looked at some themes. So what's emerging? So this isn't done yet, but this is kind of roughly, it's leadership as listening. That's your wisdom that you brought. The adults as the learners. So us decentering ourselves and making sure that the kids we can learn from you. Your chicken nugget wisdom. The anti-robot stance. So you saying don't be a robot. Unapologetic blackness. So really celebrating. I think that Black History Month was really important for you. Really being embodied and thinking about where the stress or the joy is in your body. And remember you did that breath prayer? You did such an awesome job of writing your own breath prayer and reading it. I think that was beautiful. Thinking about joy and grief and how we can have both. Both exist and we don't have to have one or the other. And celebration as resistance. So thinking about Juneteenth, Maya's birthday party around the same time, like how we celebrate and as a form of resistance. Talking about representation, advocacy, creation, like being creative people, and then looking at possibilities. So I think these are all really important. And also is intergenerational co-theorizing. So us together talking. Yes. And so one of the things that was most impactful for me was you interviewing Graham.
Gen Alpha.
Do you know what I am?
Gen.
Definitely not Gen Z. Millennial. What's the face for?
Nothing.
So we were the ones.
Older?
He's like 5 months older than me. Oh. So why we're so unique is because we grew up without all the technology. So cell phones didn't really come out until Dyer and I were in college. So we didn't really have all of this that you have now that's starting to rot your brains. And this is why countries are banning that. I'm so glad that your middle school banned cell phone usage. You can't use a cell phone in school until high school. And the data will show you, or the students' perceptual data, so being like their own feelings and lived experiences, saying bullying really increases with the use of cell phones, particularly in your district.
Maybe don't buy like social media like that, like Snapchat.
Yeah, so people are using it to take videos and being mean about people and posting things online and creating fake accounts. And it turns into this whole web where it's hard to find who did it or to really discipline, because it's usually off school property. So there's been even some legislation they're trying to push in Pennsylvania to say let's ban cell phones, but it's a back and forth on it because parents, and what did you say the one time where you were talking about getting a cell phone? And what was your argument on why you needed one?
In case of an emergency.
And that's what most families are saying. And I said, again, being a millennial, we didn't have that. So you'd have to call the school. But also, it wasn't until my senior year where school shootings became prolific. So you're living in a completely different world than what I lived in. And having constant communication, constant access. Like, I track you everywhere on this thing, right? And you're looking up and seeing where everyone is. So it does give you some security. Is it a false sense of security? I don't know, but it lets us know where you are at all times. So those kind of things are coming up when I look at the themes. So I'm excited to see what this manifests into as a full paper and a conversation when we go to Chicago.
I don't know why they tell us to, like, they tell us, like, if a school shooting happens and, like, if you're trying to get out, like distract, fight, or, like, run or something like that.
Run, hide, fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't have to do any of that stuff.
Oh.
We only had to worry because it wasn't a thing until Columbine happened in, like, 98 or 99, and that was the year I graduated high. Yeah, Columbine was out in Denver, and that was the first big mass shooting in our country. So that changed everything, where the doors started to be locked and we started all these different protocols.
There's a magnet, and then, like, the doors are so big and thick and heavy.
Yeah.
And then there's, like, this little window thing.
Yeah, and you're just growing up in this completely different world than I had to. So again, when we think about the world we want to see and deserve to live in, I think about those kind of things. So talking to you is really sobering when you're saying, meaning that it kind of just weighs on me a little bit and it makes me think about the reality and the gravity of what you're living in, is that you can just have really normal conversations about, oh yeah, run, hide, fight. If the shooter comes in, then I'm going to throw something or whatever. And I want you to live
the heaviest thing I can find that I could pick up.
But I want you to live in a world where you're not consistently trained on being a 10, 11-year-old or 8-year-old on
It hasn't happened yet.
to do. And the fact that you said yet is also scary to me.
Yes.
So that's why we go back to the devotion question of what's important to you to keep doing, caring about, or speaking up about, that we want you to live in a world, and we all deserve in a world where violence isn't the norm. And I'm talking about all forms of violence. So if it is physical violence, if it's the thought of someone taking your life, if it is the thought of someone saying you don't matter because you're a black girl, if it's the thought of you being a girl that shouldn't be taking math, whatever that is, I want that to be something that we collectively work on to collective liberation so that we can all get free. And we can't get free just as black women, black girls, if the other people aren't going to do the work to work on the freedom too. Yeah, young lady, you're not there yet. But that's the thing when I think about action, that's what I'm hoping that we can do more of as we're going into this next year. So we'll see what unfolds, right? We don't think too hard about it. We just let flow what flows. Mm-hmm. But I'm glad we got to sit down and at least reflect on the last 365 days.
This might be one of our shortest videos.
Look, we had a goal. We were like, let's keep it short. Is that a goal? Is that a goal moving forward? Let's do shorter episodes.
So I get more time on my phone. I'm joking.
Definitely not more time on your phone.
So I get more time with my family.
Oh, yes.
And to eat and take a shower and get ready for school.
Yes, it is that time. Oh, look, you're only a few minutes behind schedule. So with that, any chicken nugget wisdom to end with? As you reflect on the last year?
You better have done my challenge.
You want to remind them?
Yes. Okay. If you haven't seen the episode before.
Last episode,
yes, the last episode. And you didn't listen to the end, then I'm just going to remind you, your challenge is to make a collage or make questions or find questions that you like and make a collage out of the questions.
Yeah, so go back and listen. So we'll post that episode again. We also have the questions from that last episode in the show notes from the last episode. And share it with us.
Yes.
Or if you don't want to share it, like share your reflections and like maybe you did it as a family. Yes, and then maybe if we do it this weekend, then we can share our reflections too.
Yes. I'm excited to see what Daddy does.
Oh,
and
man.
Maya does. I feel like me and Maya's are gonna look cool.
Yeah, everyone's
Yes,
creative in this family.
yes.
So you're gonna make a new one?
Yes.
Oh boy. Well, with that, y'all, thank you for hanging with us for this last year. We'd love to hear any input or wisdom, or maybe you're answering those questions with us and thinking about what was your most impactful or meaningful moment from our season, our seasons, our last year together, and what you would like to see more of. We would love to hear from you.
Yes.
So with that, y'all, we will see you next week. Bye.
I'm so glad you joined me and Mommy for this episode of Living in 3D Power. I hope you like it. Now do me a favor before you leave. Subscribe to our Substack and make sure you subscribe to wherever you listen to podcasts too. And hey, do me another favor. Share this episode with a friend or family member. If something we said made you laugh, made you smile, or it might mean something to them, just send it away. Okay, one more favor. That's a lot of favors, I know. Head over to the comments on our social media. Tell us what made you say, "That's deep, bro." Because your words encourage other people and they encourage us too. See you next time.